So I'm here at Redhill Fire Station to meet Julian Lockwood, who's the District Commander from the Dorset Wiltshire Fire Service. And I'm going to speak to him and find out about service improvements within the Fire and Rescue Service. So let's go and meet him. So thank you very much for spending some time today, Julian.
That's a pleasure, Barry.
So what do you enjoy most around working within the Fire and Rescue Service?
I think working for the Fire and Rescue Service, it's a total change every day you come to work. I've been involved with Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service now for over 25 years. So it's every day is different. So I think it's coming to a different environment, finding different challenges, and that constant change that can be challenging. For me, it's passionate and it makes me sort of like want to come to work.
Yeah. So how do you define excellent service within your role here?
It's hard to define it. I think it's an ongoing thing. So for myself, I look after quite a few fire stations who have different teams and personnel. And I think everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. And it's just as a manager and also part of the team is understanding how to use those to its best advantage. I mean, we have indicators and we have performances like everyone does, but really when it comes down to it, it's about changing and changing the lives of people we meet and hopefully saving those lives and defining that as really, on performance day by day.
So within the last couple of years, what service improvements have you seen either from top management or actually the staff themselves within the organisation to improve the service you give to the community?
I think the small things is just getting everyone to realise their role. So when they join or firefighters join, it's kind of like that, it's just to fight fires, but that's changed massively over the years, and it's just defining that role now and making people understand that we are a community-based service. So it's being out there and interacting with the community and not being that sort of closed door, we are the fire service. What we are a community service, and we're out there to help the members of the public. So that total change of attitude, I think.
So if there was one piece of advice you could give to the staff at Bournemouth University about improving that service for the customers, for the students, for the local community, what would that be?
So for us now, we draw it right back into small teams. So we always debrief and we always feedback. So after an incident, let's say, or fire we've been to, or a service, a rescue we've been to, or even just a management meeting, we make sure firefighters, managers, etc., all have the opportunity to feed back their views, and that gets passed up. So we try and work from the bottom down as much as we can, other than just having it from the top.
So that debrief process is very important to your staff so they can learn from those situation scenarios to improve the next incident, which potentially...
Absolutely. Every incident we do, we go through debrief processes, and if anything good comes out of it, we debrief the good stuff, but anything that's obviously dangerous or needs changing, we make sure that comes from whatever subject it comes from, firefighters or management, and that gets put through the system and gets actioned. And also the person raising that gets the result, what happens later on. So you actually we follow that investigation through.
So what's the next thing to come about with regards to sort of training within the Fire and Rescue Service for your staff here?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. Since we've had numerous incidents over the years, which have caused issues for firefighters due to smoke and smoke clearing. So what we're introducing in the next few months is positive pressure ventilation fans, which are small fans that are used to actually force clean air into the buildings to make it safer for the occupants if they're still in there, but also for the firefighters entering. So we're bringing those into all our new fire engines, and we're here at Redhill Park today. We've got a new fire engine here. We're putting these fans on every frontline appliance in Dorset and Wiltshire to make everyone safer. So we are going out next week to train all the crews on how to use these effectively in fighting fire.
Okay, so let's go and see this PPV in action in West Bournemouth, I believe. Is that correct?
Barry, that's right. That's the positive pressure ventilation system. Come on, let's go.
Excellent. Well, that was quite a good ride down. So I'm here now in West Bournemouth, and I'm just about to speak to Julian because we're actually turned up at the Dorset and Wiltshire Fire Rescue Training Centre, and we're going to see some of the PPV equipment which they've recently bought in, and we're going to see some of the crews using it in training action.
So what the crews have had is the morning in the classroom showing how to smoke clear. So what we're doing behind us, we're having demonstrations now. So we've got a crew behind us putting breathing apparatus on, and they'll be going into the building. And what we do is set a live fire upstairs, watch the smoke build up, and then we'll put some of our instructors in below to fight the fire. And at the point they're happy, they'll then communicate to put the fan on. So the crews inside, sitting watching, will see the smoke, and they'll watch how quickly that smoke clears once the fan's put in place.
and it's actually going to improve the safety of those when they go into the buildings to deal with that fire, to deal with the smoke, and actually potentially save lives. But it's the most important thing, priority, is the safety of the staff.
It is. It's what comes under firefighter safety. It's our commitment for that. So as a management team and a training team, it's the firefighter safety side of it. It's then protecting the buildings and obviously the people inside it. But really, fundamentally, we've pushed this through from the firefighter safety side of it.
Yeah.